Edward Stevenson, TimelessWealth.net, and the following is basic technical analysis on Cord Blood America Incorporated, traded under the symbol CBAI. Coming off of Friday's trading session, shares of CBAI fell nearly 7%, ending the session at 1 and 77 hundredths of a cent. Now, if you've been following my videos, which are all archived at TimelessWealth.net, you'd know that I've done this one several times. The first time coming off of this technical breakout right here, and I use this horizontal line indicating green, and by that I mean the one that's not dashed, to represent that technical breakout. Ever since, you can see the price has rallied quite substantially from that key penny mark or so, all the way up to what was nearly 2 cents coming off of Thursday's trading session. If you're new to these videos and you're kind of wondering what this all means, just keep a few key things in mind. First off, each bar and or candle in this chart represents one session worth of price action. It's therefore considered to be the daily chart. I'll zoom into the intraday chart and show you what happened coming off Friday's trading session and why supporting and resisting levels are so important to understand, because I know a lot of people have been asking me, well, what's the importance here? Why would I need to know this? All I need to know is that this is a great company and they're going to the moon, if you will. I hear that quite often, and I respond by saying, well, technical analysis helps you understand price movements where you can collect shares at a discount to the market and so on and so forth. So we'll get into that afterwards. But right now, let's just take a look at what happened on the daily chart. First off, we tested this supporting level at 1.5 cents per share, and this is one of the reasons why it's important to keep supporting and resisting levels in mind in the event that the market is due for a retracement. As I've mentioned, it was. We can see that the relative strength index had peaked to an overbought condition, and I said that if the market declines, it could be an opportunity to pick up shares, and it's definitely not the end of the world if we see something like this right here. You can see these two red candles represent a decline or retracement in price, and in fact what this meant was that the chart had almost reloaded, if you will, for another spike in price or another rally in price, as you can see here. So this is absolutely natural, expected in fact, and you can see that although we tested the 1.5 penny mark, the bulls pushed the price up to close above this once resisting level, and the reason it's indicated in red here to represent resistance is because the last time I covered this chart was coming off of Wednesday's trading session right here. So this has become support, and you can see that twice now it's been tested. First on Thursday's trading session, the low was in fact in and around this supporting level and bounced off of it beautifully, and coming off of Friday's trading session, although the price broke below at one point, it closed above it, so this remains resistance. If you're wondering about this last level I have indicated in red, then you're probably looking at another supporting level. The reason being is that this high coming off Wednesday's trading session was that resistance that I drew in, and that was at 1 and 73 hundredths of a cent. However, the price closed at 1 and 77 hundredths of a cent. So this is a very encouraging sign. You can see there's quite a bit of support, and the one that I'd say is quite key at this point in time is this one right here. I'd like to see this one hold. It's not absolutely necessary. However, if this level does hold, we know that there's a lot of strength in the market, and let me explain. Now, if you've watched my prior videos, you know that I've talked about how important this 10-day simple moving average is to shares of Cord Blood America Incorporated. You can see that ever since the price broke above that blue line right here, it has supported the price throughout. So in the event the market declines, a Monday's trading session, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whenever, and the period of time during which it declines really does not matter. As long as it holds this mark right here, which is the 10-day simple moving average, that would be a very bullish signal to me. That means it is also holding the parabolic SAR, which currently agrees with the 10-day simple moving average at 1 and 3/10 of a cent. As for other supporting levels, we're looking at the 1 and 5 mark, so 1.5 cents per share, the 1 and 73 hundredths of a cent mark, the 1 and 3/10 of a cent mark that I just mentioned right now, the 1 and let's say that's 1 and 1/10 of a cent mark, and more or less the 1 penny mark. So there's quite a bit of support in the event the market declines. So if you're looking to pick up some shares off support, these are some levels to keep in mind. As for resistance, we're looking at that key mark again that I mentioned numerous times now, and that'd be that 2 cent mark. So I know it looks like it's that 0.197 mark, but more or less, if the price can break past 2 cents per share, then we should see a lot of momentum in the market and increased volume. Now let's flip over to the intraday chart and I'll show you exactly what happened on Friday's trading session. So here we are with the intraday chart, and I flipped over to the 5-minute chart, which means every bar end or candle in this chart represents 5 minutes worth of price action. Just east of this horizontal, this vertical line, we have Friday's trading session and in-depth look. This is what I look at when I'm staring at my level 2 and intraday charts on my platform. So you can see we started off on a low note. We had this long red candle and this downtrend, and you can see that the price tested this support that we talked about in the daily chart at 1.5 cents per share, so 1.5 cents per share. And if you were following my videos and taking down some notes that I mentioned based on supporting resisting levels, you'd know that getting in anywhere in and around this 15-cent mark, and if I were bidding for it, I'd be bidding just above it to ensure that I do get filled. You can see it's quite a substantial trade from this 15 level all the way up to this 18 level, and you can see that it bounced from this level to this level right here in less than an hour. So you can see it was 10 o'clock more or less when it dipped, and it rallied to 18 2/10 cent, or rather 1.82 cent in about 45 minutes. So if you're a swing trader, these are definitely things you want to keep in mind. If you're a long-term investor and you're just looking to add to your position, of course, why would you add at this point in time when you can wait for a dip that's inevitable and add at this position? And then based on that, you can almost average down or accumulate a free position, so to speak. I mean, there are many different techniques in which to approach trading this market. And the second thing that I mentioned on the daily chart was that the bulls pushed the price up towards the end of the session, which was very encouraging to see. And there are a few things I want to mention here, actually two. Here's a little push that I was talking about. So you can see here the low was 1.65 cent, and they pushed it up to close it at 1.77 cent. So that was encouraging, and more importantly, all in above average volume. So that means there's still a desire among the bulls to purchase this security, as opposed to any sort of bearish signs in the market. So this retracement looks very natural. This was not natural. I'm sure a lot of experienced players took advantage of this bounce play, and I'd expect a close like this. Very modest decline in price, less than 7%, so that was encouraging to see. So overall, nothing short of what I expected. Looks like the bulls are very well in this game, and the overall picture in terms of the chart is still looking very bullish. And like I said, just because the price declines, it doesn't mean anything's over. It just means that the chart is almost reloading, so to speak. And I'd like to remind you to visit my site if you haven't already. That's timelesswealth.net, and subscribe to my free newsletter for overlooked trading and undervalued investment ideas. I know we've been having quite a bit of success with some of our past trading and investing ideas, and it's definitely something worth trying if you're in the business of making money. Thank you for listening.